Okay, guys, so today I have a special treat for you. We have a special guest on the channel. So say hello to Hamza from the Go Tech Hug YouTube channel. So hello, Hamza. How are you doing today, man?
Hi, David. Props to you. Nice to have me here. I'm happy to come on your channel and share about all things WordPress, and it's nice that I can share with your audience, and yeah, we can learn from each other.
Excellent. We're delighted to have you here, man. So tell us, give us a quick overview about yourself and what inspired you to make YouTube videos focusing especially on web development.
How should I start? This is a little bit, it takes me back, I think 10 years ago now. I think in 2014 is when I actually landed on or got to know WordPress, because I got some friends who wanted to create some sort of web store or an online store where they could sell their handmade items. And since personally I was a designer, so a graphic designer, and I was designing sometimes magazine booklets and stuff like that. So I never had knowledge about the web and how to create web systems or even to sell, but I had interest in learning web design, because I remember at design school, I started learning HTML and CSS on the back, or at the back of the class, sometimes on the weekends and all that. But I had never really, started working on an actual web system. So when my friends reached out and they wanted to create this store, and I was like, how can I do that? So I went on a hunt, and before I knew, I fell on one book in a bookstore called Click Millionaires by Scott Fox. It's a very old book, and he was teaching how to create an online shop on the internet where you can sell products. And then in that book, he was recommending to search on YouTube video tutorials, and that is when I got to know about Woo themes. So I went on YouTube, and I was searching Woo themes, and I saw this tutorial, and there was some lady explaining how to create an e-commerce website, and that's how I started. My first web project, kind of strange, was actually an e-commerce website where I was simply learning step by step from someone on YouTube.
So you are self-taught, basically.
Sometimes I disagree with people who say self-taught, because I also learned from someone else on the internet somewhere. So
I suppose, yeah.
Self-taught,
in a way, yeah.
Maybe yes or no.
50-50 maybe. Yeah, that's good, yeah. So I noticed your channel has a specific style. So could you describe to us your approach to making videos, and maybe perhaps what sets you apart from other channels in the same niche?
Well, when I was running my design agency, because when I was a designer, I worked for about a year. Then I resigned from this job because I felt I never had the freedom that I wanted as a designer. And then I started working as a freelance. Then I realized people or clients were taking advantage of me because of probably I don't have my rights protected and stuff like that. So I established an agency. And while at my agency, since now I had already built this e-commerce website, I had some knowledge of web. So whenever I would work on a client design and they would be interested in a website, or I would interest them in a website, then we would do it at our agency. And then every time I had to go to YouTube or to Google to search for a solution, how do I create this? How do I create that? And then what I decided was that I should document these my findings in some form of tutorials, but on my own website or blog, which is GoTechUG. And so that's how I started writing tutorials about Cloudflare, how to use a free SSL from Cloudflare, and all that stuff. And my process of learning on the web, it was a way of documenting my process, so that the next time I don't have to research the same thing on YouTube.
I see, yes.
But also to help out in case anyone else is looking for the same solution. Now, Many years later, about 5, 6, 7 years later, that gave birth to a YouTube channel because I realized that, hey, people are no longer really interested in reading these things. Or people, even me personally, I prefer to watch a web tutorial in a video format than reading it,
That's it, yeah.
And that's how we ended up to Go Tech UG YouTube channel.
Amazing. So now I see that you have had great success on your YouTube channel, especially growing it. So now for us creators, what are the top 3 or 2 or 3 strategies that helped you gain new subscribers? How do you go about that yourself?
This is a hard one, David, to be honest.
I know it's a tough one, isn't it? I know.
This is a hard one. But the top 3 that I would say are these: consistency, and consistency.
That's your top 3, yeah?
Those are my top 3.
These are the best, aren't they?
Exactly. Because with consistency, you can do all the others. You can get better at your titles, your editing style, your aesthetics, and all the other things because you are consistent. This takes me back. Yesterday, I was watching a podcast where Matt was asked, or where Matt shared about someone who, this was on Plugin FM. Someone, he shared something regarding, I think Mr. Beast mentioned it somewhere in a video, and he was saying that someone who makes a bowel, one bowel 100 times, and someone who makes 100 different bowels, who will be better? Who will be better at this? And then he was saying the latter, which is true, that you really get better when you keep doing something over and over and over again.
That's it. Keep showing up every week.
Exactly.
Publish content every week, and you'll get better at it, obviously,
Though my channel has been a little bit kind of not consistent the last couple of months because of some circumstances. Okay, I have to keep quiet, but because of some circumstances, but we are getting back.
That's good. I think it's Bruce Lee who said that initially. I'm not afraid of a man who practiced 1,000 different punches, but the man who practiced 1,000 times the same punch. I think that's something like this. I can't remember.
Exactly.
So tell us, what are the main challenges that you faced as a web designer, and how did you overcome them? And what advice would you give others who are struggling with something similar? Your main challenges that you faced.
The one that I remember offhand is project management and delegation. Because, as designers, we have our specific touch and how we want to do our things, our process, and we end up doing everything by ourselves. And we forget that we can as well build other people behind us to replicate our system. So if you build a system and teach other people to replicate that other system, or the system that you have built, it will save you lots. So one of the challenges was to be able to manage my projects, deliver on time, but also, since I was now a so-called agency owner, having a team behind me, delegating some of these projects, because some of the people who I was working with, they didn't have the same skill sets that I had, but the skills that I acquired are teachable and they are transferable if you invest time and delegate to people, That is one thing that I really messed up with, and I think I still have to grow in that area. But also the others that I have offhead, like managing client expectations and feedback. As designers, we tend to take client feedback personal. Not personal.
It is not personal.
like the famous joke of make the logo bigger,
Oh my goodness, no, not that one. Every single project, I swear. Can you make the logo bigger?
Yeah. So as designers, we also have to understand their expectations, and appreciate their feedback and not take it personal. and also sometimes to really explain to the client, because, hey, we understand our craft and they understand their craft. So we have to meet that meeting point. It may be a bit of compromise, but it's necessary. Then the other challenge that I faced, or I'm still facing as a web designer, is responsive design complicity. I mean, every time new devices are coming out, every time new device sizes.
You have the double flip phone now.
Oh my, please don't mention it. Don't mention the folding. I'm like, which genius was this? You know,
that's a designer's nightmare, this, isn't it?
So that is another topic. And I don't know if it's only me that I'm going through all this, but the responsive design complicity is still a nightmare for me, but it's a process. It's a process.
Yeah, it's complex, isn't it?
And I think, the last one is accessibility compliance. Since we are designers, most of the time we focus more on how it looks and we forget how it works. And there is a famous quote that goes like, design is not about how it looks, but how it works. So that is something I wanted really to also to share. So thinking about the people who are not able to see or to read what you have designed is also really important. And I think that is an area I have to improve myself. So those are the 4, I think, that challenge that I think I have to improve myself. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. That's good advice, that, isn't it? So obviously WordPress is the most used platform worldwide nowadays to build websites. So I personally started by using HTML and then, Mambo, then Joomla. I used Magento a little bit as well, and then I moved on to WordPress only after that, So how did you start learning web design yourself? Did you start with WordPress immediately? You touched upon that. You mentioned you used a bit of HTML and CSS as well. Did you?
Wait, when did I last hear Magenta?
Oh, yeah. Magento. Is it Magento or Magenta?
Magento, yes. Magento. Magenta is
platform.
The color and Magenta is the platform.
That's it.
It's open source also, right?
It still is open source, yeah.
Where are they?
I stopped using it from the moment they moved to 2.0. I was using 1.9 point something, all the versions. And then when they moved to 2.0, everything changed in the back end and all that. And I said, I just forget it.
Because I remember they were really focusing on e-commerce. They had pushed e-commerce to another level. And out of the blue, I've not heard about them. You just brought them back now.
I know. I did look at their website a while ago. I can't remember. But they're still there, they're still in existence. But it's not that many people using it anymore. It's a very complex structure they have. It was nicely done, for developers to inject code. It was nicely, laid out properly, but they've gone in I don't know. I don't know what they've become now. I don't use them anymore, that's for sure. That I know for sure.
Yeah, you just, Anyway, back to the question.
Yeah. A blast from the past, Magenta.
I have never used any other platform apart from WordPress.
Oh, I see.
And because I come from a no-code background, and the first project I built, I used WordPress. And also when I went to, because I did some bit of consultations when I got this project from my friends who wanted to build this website. So I read a little bit, I watched some videos. And then when I went to get hosting, because back in the day, I didn't have even a debit card to pay for the hosting services. So I had to look for someone who was a hosting company. I went to their offices and I was asking them, hey, I want to build this kind of website.
Oh, I see.
And then
that's interesting.
They were telling me, just do WordPress. You don't have to know any coding. There's so many videos and there are many themes. Then there was Woo themes and Yeeth themes.
Oh, yeah. Yeeth. Yeah.
You remember that?
YITH. Yeah.
Yes. And they had some really cool themes. And so.
And now they only do plugins, by the way. They don't do themes anymore. Yeah. So the company is still there up and running with Yeeth themes. But it's only plugins they do, WooCommerce
I have
plugins
not
and all
even
that.
seen them in the last, I don't know, things have changed. Things have changed.
I know.
So this web host recommends me to use WordPress. And that was the beginning of everything. And I never turned back.
That web hosting was in your own country then?
Yes, in my own country.
Oh, I see. So you could go there and pay cash or whatever and just like that.
Exactly.
That's handy. That's handy.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard that one before. Usually hosting is online, but yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember specifically where their servers were, but that wasn't interested. It wasn't of my interest. All when I went online, web hosting in Uganda, and then I saw, the Google recommendations. Then I was making a phone call, making an appointment, and I was going there because I also had specific questions. And yeah, the guys were happy to answer my, and also give me the service. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's 2 hosting companies here in Ireland. They still do it. You can send them a check or pay by bank transfer as well. So if you don't have a card, it's still an option. Even nowadays, they still use it just in case. Just never know. So we're talking about Yeath themes and plugins and all that. Do you have some favorite WordPress plugins or tools that you can't do without that you have to use on each project? And also, why do you love these plugins so much?
These are many, and this is a complicated question, by the way, David.
I know.
This one,
leave it open,
It reminds me of I saw a screenshot on social media where someone had installed 50 plugins.
Oh boy.
Because this person was offering support to a client. And when he logged into the client website, because the client was complaining about the website being slow and all that stuff, when he logged in, 50 installed plugins. I was like,
I just saw a tweet today. A guy was saying, another web developer designer, he said he was on a new website project, and he saw they had installed Elementor, Beaver Builder, WP Bakery, and the block editor, obviously. So 4 of them were installed. And he says, this is a designer's nightmare. It's a good start for that project, he said, I had to laugh.
I can imagine. Imagine. So anyway, about my favorite plugins and why I use them. And by the way, these plugins, I have them on my own website. So I think I have 4 plugins off my head. I have ACF, for adding some dynamic possibilities on my website. This one, I don't know if I can do without it. It's a powerhouse, I should say. And then we have WordFence for security. Because one time I tried to install a plugin to help me detect how many attacks my website receives. I mean,
it's constant, isn't it?
Yeah, these are bots probably trying to check. And I was shocked by how many attacks coming from wherever, Russia, China.
That's it, yeah.
And then I realized that having a security plugin installed is really vital because, hey, you have built up an online presence for such a long time, and before you know it, someone will exploit everything, put for you a black screen, and ask you to pay some Bitcoins.
That's it. That's the new scam going around now, isn't it? Yeah.
Then I have Elementor, obviously, for page building and
only just one on your website, yeah. Just one page builder, not 2 or 3. No?
Is it possible to have 2?
Well, you can try it. Try WP Bakery as well and Beaver Builder at the same time, and add Cadence on top.
Then I'll give you feedback, probably.
Exactly. Tell me how it works.
So,
and then, sorry.
Elementor, and I have SendWP. So, not so many people know about this, but SendWP helps you to deliver your emails straight into someone's inbox. You avoid the, I didn't see your email, and then you're like, please check your junk folder, please check your spam folder. Sometimes some people don't even check that. So SendWP, it's a very nice, simple, easy tool. I think you get it for about $9 a month, and it fixes your email problems. So
yeah,
those are the 4 plugins off my head that I think I can't just do without.
Yeah. Well, I'd say roughly about the same. Elementor, definitely. ACF as well. And the other one I'm using, all-in-one security, but it's also about security, you know. So how do you find WordFence? Is it easy to install? Does it work out of the box?
Installing it, it has so many pop-ups and that and this. But once you install it, you forget it.
That's it.
Once you install it, you forget it. There is nothing like, I think they're trying also to, they are trying to also, there's another plugin I use called Link Whisper. And every time I log into my website, they have like 2 banners showing. And I'm like, please,
Why?
Please.
Stop.
2 banners. They're telling me a coupon, a discount of this and that. And I realized WordFence was doing that some time back, but somehow they changed, so they no longer put up those banners, and I'm a little bit happy about that. So installing and using it is fine and easy once you are done installing it, and you forget about the headache.
After that is fine, yeah.
And which other for you, the 4th one? I had the all-in-one WP security, Elementor, ACF. Off your head?
Yeah, that would be about. What else would I install as well? Well, I like CrocodBlock Suite, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a good one as well. I like CrocodBlock personally, you know. So because it's so flexible, you can build literally anything around it, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be one for me that I use almost for every project. Roughly.
And especially, I think Jet Engine for me.
Jet Engine, definitely. That's for sure. That's the first one I would install.
Yeah, you throw ACF, bring in Jet Engine, and you're good to go.
That's it. Well, I have the full license, you know, unlimited license that I purchased a while ago. So I invested once, and then that's it. Now I don't have to worry. I can build as many websites as I want with that, you know. Yeah, I like them. So tell us, what are some ways that web designers or web developers can monetize their WordPress skills, and especially outside client work? That's the question I wanted to ask you.
I'll just share about the things that I've tried myself. Some have worked, some haven't, but I want to share the ones that have somehow worked, you know?
Please do, yes.
If you are able to create some digital products as a designer and share those products to your audience, to your clients, to your readers on your website, it can make you some extra money. Like personally, I created a course and a web design course. I also have some other free resources, just like for lead magnets, some PDFs for download, some toolkits, that just to give back to your audience. And you can as well sell those resources, but you can also look at, first of all, having as many people on your list, and then you can always, share some of those other resources created for sale to that same list of people who already know the value you can bring to them.
So you're selling your courses from your own website or a specific platform like Udemy or something like this?
David, this is a complicated question, and
I'm sorry. I keep asking complicated questions.
Yeah, but I am having my course on Udemy at the moment. I would say, but you teach how to design websites. Why don't you just put it on your own website? Yes, it's possible. I know they go around and everything, but the headache of managing the feedback, whatever, the client and the users and the payments and security and all, sometimes you'll be like, I have enough problems. Let me send these others to someone else to manage.
It's all taken care of for you, and you gain more exposure on Udemy as well, I suppose,
Exactly.
In a way.
Yeah, but also there is another platform called Gumroad, which recently they hiked their rate somehow. They increased their cut and all that. And then, Lemon Squeezy took part of the people. But Gumroad has been there, and I have some of my resources there, for free download. And I'm also thinking of moving my course over to Gumroad. It's a little bit more simplistic, and they don't just push your resources or your courses and sell them for a discount of 99%.
I know, yeah, that's the thing. But could you have it? Could you have it on both platforms, maybe?
Yeah, it could also be. Yeah, it could
as
also
well,
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Then also as a designer, you can create some UI sets, templates, icon kits. I talked of courses, but it could be templates. If you work in Figma, you can create some templates over there. If you work in WordPress or using Elementor, you can create some Elementor template kits and give some for free, sell some, and you can do all this on a platform like Gumroad, and you're good to go, or Lemon Squeezy and all that. The other part, how you can earn, is becoming an affiliate of the software that you use.
Obviously,
know this, and at the start it's a little bit hard, but once you build up the numbers and if you could be having an email list of 1,000 people, and every time you recommend to them this specific software that you use or tool that you love, and you will be shocked that people will be willing to support you through buying through your link without them having to spend any extra amount of money. Yeah, so I think, David, we could do something about affiliate marketing sometime, because it's a topic everyone says, no, affiliate marketing doesn't work, or affiliate marketing, but it takes some time, and me and you know that it works,
Yeah, it takes a few years to build up, but you get there in the end with affiliate marketing anyways, it takes time to build up.
And then partnerships and collaborations, just like what we are doing right now. Through this, we can monetize our audience. We can grow our numbers. We can use our networks through our collaborations, and through that we can still earn money. For example, if you work with a brand because you partnered up with a fellow creator and come up with a specific service or offer, that's another way you can earn as a designer. So you don't have to be a creator like us, but you can be someone who collaborates with fellow designers on certain projects. Probably they are bringing, excuse me, probably they are bringing a specific skill set that you don't have. And so in that way, you are exchanging, different skill sets for a specific project. And there you go. Yeah.
That's it. It does help as well, So as a designer, tell us, have you seen any exciting trends lately that you have seen around, and maybe how can those be used not only to design great website, but also to support your business goals?
Of recent, I've seen sustainability and eco-friendly design. I think you have seen the greens everywhere at some point.
That's true, yeah.
Echo this, echo that, green this. We are going green hosting. Sometimes I was wondering, okay, how does green hosting look like? Are the servers somewhere in the forest?
Probably Amazon forest in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, that's some exciting kind of trend that I saw come through. The other was the most popular one, which was flat design and minimalism, call it white space.
Yeah.
And before that, I was watching a video, a Netflix documentary called Minimalism. It was an exciting one, how people are throwing out everything from their houses and basically sleeping on the floor.
Almost,
okay,
yeah.
I was like, I love minimalism, but I'm not that going extra,
Yeah.
So this is also like a trend that came to web design, where you are trying to focus most importantly of what your website visitor is interested in, and that's where you put the most effort, and the other is flat or white or empty, I would say. And my favorite is typography variety, using and playing with different typefaces. I come from a design background. I studied design and print, and I know how impactful types, fonts, and colors are to the human being. You don't need to draw so many rectangles, with rounded radius, You can just play with the typefaces. Unfortunately, I have not gotten any better on typography, but I love it when I look at great typography, when I look at good combination of fonts.
True.
I think they have come up some great font pairing websites of recent, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think there is one called Font Joy.
Okay.
And it can help you.
You might share the link afterwards. I'll leave it in the description. Might be of help to someone,
I'll do that. So you go there and then you choose a font, and then it gives you a suggestions of a font that will work really well.
Oh, wow.
With that specific.
That's pretty cool, that.
Yeah. So those are my three. But my favorite is the typography one, which unfortunately I haven't really explored.
But that's okay. You still have plenty of time,
Yeah. I hope.
Yeah, cool. So apart from web design and web development, are you interested in exploring other related topics with your audience? And do you have plans to branching out your content? Or are you going to specialize specifically in WordPress tutorials?
Branching out for now, maybe not. Look, my background, like I've already said, started from learning from other people and building what I wanted by looking at what people have done on the web. And I think there is still much more room for me to grow in that area. I feel like there is still much more I can explore and do within what I'm already doing. And branching out, no. But I have another channel where I just have fun. It's a secret channel no one knows about.
Don't tell anyone then.
So I just go there, have fun about tech and travel. And
oh, that's great. That.
Yeah. So if I want to have fun, it's that side. If I want to really focus and bring value to people who are using WordPress and Elementor and trying to build an online and digital presence, my channel is where I always go.
That's good. Yeah, because you mentioned that you're from a design background, and then you like typography. So I thought maybe discussing that on your channel could be a next step, perhaps. I don't know. Perhaps. Just an idea I have,
This is a good way of you trying to, how is it called?
Incite you?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I would definitely watch that type of content, because I don't think it's available yet, is it?
Yeah, I think I haven't also. Maybe there are people who are doing it, but I think I haven't also seen people who are.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who do logo design talking about fonts and all that, but there isn't really someone who shows that from a web design perspective. I don't think so.
But I've also seen some really great builds by some designers. The Elementor used to have the top 10 designs of the month. I don't know how they call that now, where they list the top 10. And I used to go and look into those lists, and oh my goodness, some guys who build some good stuff. And the project one time I saw, it was just typography, and guy was playing with the typefaces and everything, and I was like, this is really good. But it takes time.
Nice. Yeah, it does, yeah. I think that's how Steve Jobs started. He learned typography. That's how he created the first Mac. computer with the typefaces that were, I don't know, I can't remember exactly the whole story, but that's how he started his business anyways.
Yeah. So typography is a hidden, or he's a king in the jungle.
Yeah, that's it.
But no one pays attention to him. But okay, yeah.
Okay, Hamza, do you have one last tip maybe for either existing web designers who will be watching this or inspiring web designers? One last tip before we wrap up.
Does this also apply to wannabe creators on YouTube or
yeah, all the same, yeah.
I think designers are creators, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There is a quote that goes like, let me see here. Those that matter don't care, and those that care don't matter.
That's nice. That.
Why do I bring this up? When I was starting to create my videos on YouTube, I didn't have all the resources, and I didn't have a posh mic. I didn't have a posh camera. I just was recording videos on my Mac, and I was a little bit afraid, how are people going to see these videos, and all the quality is so bad and all that. But to my shock, 4 or 5 months later, people were watching my videos. They were happy that I fixed a problem that they were looking forward to, and they searched probably the whole YouTube. Oh, I searched the whole YouTube. This is the only video that helped me, those comments. And I was shocked. So, but before that, I was a bit afraid about the people, what people will say when they see my videos, when the videos are, not good quality audio, not good quality video. I was afraid. But of course, those comments will come through. Hey, I don't like this. I don't like how you speak. I don't like. But the people who matter don't care. The people who know you as David, the people, your family, they actually want to support you. They know that you are capable of doing it. But those that don't matter will come and try to trash you. Hey, leave YouTube, or you suck, or whatever,
Have you had comments like this? Yeah.
I have had comments like, my audio is terrible. And I have had comments. No, I haven't had comments, but I've seen other creators have comments like, you suck, But I've had comments where a commenter is saying, you wasted all my time. That probably they watched the video and they didn't answer the question. But as creators, we have to build a thick skin and know that those that matter don't care. And those that care don't matter.
That's good.
I hope I bring that right. Those that matter don't care, and those that care don't matter. So as a creator, start and do what you are passionate about. Don't care about some guy on YouTube who doesn't even have a profile photo commenting on your video and saying that it is trash. Those who will find it valuable will come, but also it will be a process you to grow as a creator. It could be on YouTube, it could be on TikTok, it could be on Twitter. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Start from where you are with what you have.
That's the best advice, I would say as well. Yeah, spot on. Well, thank you so much, Hamza, for all your nice comment answers and all your tips on web design and content creation as well. It was nice to have you on the channel today. And again, thank you so much, not just from me, but on behalf of our combined audience as well. So again, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, David. This was a pleasure to have me. I think we should do more of this often and be there to share our shared wisdom to audiences. I think there is a space where we can, or there is a space that we can feel by sharing this kind of, because there are people who you have, I think, over 40,000 subscribers who have subscribed. This is a football stadium. who have subscribed and they want to watch your videos. So they have
it's hard
learned
to wrap your head
something
around that, isn't it? I know it's a football stadium, not to put it this way. I never realized that, yeah.
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
You have a football stadium following you. Imagine you are
something,
living,
isn't it?
You are living maybe Manchester United, and you are in front. You have these 40,000 people following you from behind. You know.
I know.
So,
I never thought of it. When you put it this way, that's interesting. Yeah. And you have half a football stadium. You have the opposite camp, Manchester against whom?
Maybe, yeah. So thank you for having me. I'm happy you brought this up, and I'm happy to share my little experiences with someone out there, with your audience, and with my audience as well. Thank you, David.
No worries. Thanks.